the stories of climate change again and again in my science classes. But as I grew more interested in the topic, I started watching documentaries of the effects of global warming around the world. I saw the various images of the plumes of smoke coming out of the factories, polluting the air around it, the sickening images of oil mining, and of course, the scrawny polar bear clutching to the small piece of ice surrounded by the vast open ocean. However, what really gets me are the statistics. According to NASA, global sea level rose about 8 inches in the past century. The rate in the last 2 decades, however, is nearly double that of the last century. So cities like Miami are predicted to be underwater in the next century. Or how the Earth loses 18.7 million acres of forest per year, which is equal to 27 soccer fields every minute. These are only a fraction of what's happening around the world. The more I hear about these facts and the more documentaries I watch, the more scared I get. Our society cannot continue on the path we are on right now. Change needs to happen. I was able to talk to close friends of mine, Mio Konishi and Olive Murdoch-Meyer, about ways people can help create a more sustainable environment. Mio Konishi has always been a proactive student here at Willamette and plans to pursue a career in environmental science. Olive Murdoch-Meyer is the current project coordinator for sustainability at Willamette.
In 4th grade, that's when it kind of all started, or sparked my interest for the environment and seeing how climate change affects the earth as a whole made me want to help and kind of contribute so that we can preserve native species and the habitat. Daily tasks I do is I always use a reusable water bottle, like clean canteen, hydro flask, any bottle that you can reuse. I try to compost as much as possible, turn off the lights, turn down the thermostat, unplug any lights or lamps that I have on. If there's compostable plates or utensils, I typically go for that option instead of plastic. And anything that's like environmentally sustainable that's offered on campus, I usually do. In an optimistic view, I hope that things change for the better. Currently, given our impact on other countries, I'm a little worried because the United States typically doesn't know what to do with their own waste, especially with our electronic waste. We send it to developing countries, and developing countries then have to deal with the issues that we can't deal with, and so it affects the community as a whole because the toxic waste often makes people sick, and so it does not help their economy in any way or the people. And hopefully we can find ways with the technology that we have, so especially like electronic waste, products that have been coming out recently that are reusable or biodegradable or compostable, but I'm hoping with an optimistic lens that things will change. I guess do the little things. If you see trash on the ground, pick it up. If there's a volunteer opportunity that involves either planting native species, gardening, or just doing anything that can contribute and make the habitat better. Use reusable water bottles. Be more conscious about how long you shower. Make it a fun thing and challenge your friends to shower under 5 minutes. I don't know, make it fun. But just little things like that will go a long way.
Hi, I'm Olive Murdoch-Meyer. I am the project coordinator at the Sustainability Institute here at Willamette. I'm also the treasurer at La Chispa, which is an environmental justice group, and I'm also part of Veg Society, which is a vegan and vegetarian eating club. My vision of the future of the environment impacted my decision to join the Sustainability Institute because honestly, I think it's pretty easy to be pessimistic at times, given all the facts that we know about the climate change, rising temperature, all that stuff in one thing. It's pretty easy to feel like, oh my gosh, like something super bad is going to happen pretty soon, and you really want to do something about it. And so since high school, I've been involved in various environmental groups and sustainability efforts, and I wanted to continue that here, and that's what drove me to join the Sustainability Institute. They also had a job opening, so like that also helped, but Yeah. There's a lot of different things that go into sustainability, and actually something we're working on at the Sustainability Institute and with other organizations I'm involved in is moving away from the word sustainability itself because of the connotations it has, especially in regards to access and accessibility, because it creates kind of a privileged bubble around, you know, like kind of a white sustainability, and we want to work on moving away from that. Specifically at Willamette, there's a lot of different cool things that are happening. We already have a very forward-thinking campus, like physically, like the gardeners use a lot of really sustainable practices. I know Gowdy composts a lot. I'm part of a group that's getting composting residential halls, or like we have gotten composting in residential halls. And just being more aware. I think people here are generally very aware of their impact on the planet and impact on each other through impact on the planet, and I think that is how it manifests itself as sustainability at Willamette.
After reading Through the Arc of the Rainforest by Karen Tay Yamashita, a magical realism novel, it brought my attention to the real issues in this world. There are various ways to tie the plot of the novel to the world around us. Although it can be discouraging to see big corporations and governments not doing what we want them to do in terms of helping the environment, this discouragement doesn't take away the power of individual actions from us. If you care about climate change, don't be afraid to start doing the little things, like reusing your water bottle, recycling, unplugging appliances, or just turning off the lights.